Hi, my name's Ben, and I wanted to talk about something that I've been meaning to get into for some time, which is painting model kits and miniatures. Now, this is something I haven't done for at least 20 or 25 years since I was a kid. So I'm browsing the internet and I come across this absolutely amazing Metal Gear Rising model by this company called Gecko, and I'm thinking, you know what, that would actually be a really cool thing to own. And then I see the price tag, it's hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and I think to myself, I just can't really justify spending that amount of money on a figure. So I continue to browse the internet, looking at other anime figures, toys, statues, model kits, gaming miniatures, and with so much cool stuff out there, it wasn't long before I started becoming immersed with the whole collector scene. I did think to myself, if I wanted to start collecting all these kind of figures and miniatures, I'm going to need a pretty big budget. And then I realised not only would it be more cost effective to buy unpainted model kits and paint them myself, but it would actually be quite a lot of fun. Sometime later I find myself browsing Kickstarter and I come across this cool 3D printable figure called Tenjin. And I'm thinking, okay, this could actually be my answer. I could 3D print my own stuff. There'd be some initial outlay, but over the long term it could actually work out pretty well. So this is now the goal, to learn how to 3D print, build and paint the Demon Samurai Tenjin. And if I'm feeling really ambitious, I might even experiment and try putting some lighting effects in it as well. So model painting, or at least miniature painting, was something that I used to do when I was 10 to 13, 15 years old. Right now the only thing left from my miniature painting days is this old box of Space Marines. And the box doesn't really have a lot in it. It has a few sprues, it has a few old transfers, a couple of unpainted figures. It has one half painted figure that I never got around to finishing, obviously. It gives you a little bit of an idea where I was at with my miniature painting back in the day. I do still have a few photos of some of the old miniatures I used to paint, so I'm going to show you those now. Now keep in mind I did do this kind of stuff when I was sort of 10, 11 years old, so some of the colour schemes are a bit garish, some of the technique is a bit off, but I remember feeling pretty proud with a lot of it back when I was doing it. So 15, 20 years later, I've been working as a professional artist, and I'm hoping that I can now come into this hobby with a little bit more artistic knowledge, a little bit more of an understanding about what works, what colours work, how to shade things, how to blend things, how lighting effects work. I'm at least secretly hopeful that I'm going to do a half decent job at the models that I go on to produce and paint. But it's been a long time since I've done anything like this, so I expect a lot of patience is going to be required. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about all the equipment that I've bought and how much I've paid for it in order to 3D print and paint my own models.